Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Lily. I am so happy that you're here with me. In today's video, we are going to talk about a trending topic. And that topic is all about journals. Like, what is a junk journal? And the reason I say it's a trending topic is because I recently came across an article on marthastewart.com where they talk about junk journaling. Can you believe that? And so it must be trending if it's on marthastewart.com. I actually have the article pulled up right now on my desktop. The article is titled, How to Make a Junk Journal and How They Are Different from Scrapbooks. It was just published on January 11th of this year. It's on marthastewart.com. In fact, I'm going to link that article down below so that when you get a moment, you can hop on over there and read it. It's pretty quick. It talks about a lot of interesting things about junk journaling. Now, junk journaling is a very personal art form, okay? The way I junk journal is going to be different from the way you junk journal. And I'll talk more about that in just a moment. But aside from the trending topic, I also want to do a flip through video. And you're not going to believe what happened. So here is a junk journal. So I recently did a video of 4 Christmas junk journals because yes, I was still working on Christmas. In fact, I'm still working on Christmas. I'm going to have that video linked for you up above. It was a flip through of 4 Christmas junk journals. When I was putting things away, you will not believe I found a 5th one that I had started. I completely forgot about it. It was kind of shoved in a corner, and it wasn't until I was putting things away that I found it. So I went ahead and I finished it. And I know this is the poor little book that was left behind, but I finished it, and I want to do a flip through to show you what my style of junk journaling looks like. So as I go through the pages of this junk journal, I will talk more about what I think is junk journaling, like my interpretation of junk journaling. And so are you ready to get started? Let's flip through the pages and let's talk all about junk journaling. Let's go. Let me begin by saying I am not an expert when it comes to this subject or this art form. I have, however, been junk journaling for nearly 10 years, and it has been a learning process. And the nice thing about junk journaling is that there is no right or wrong way of junk journaling. It is a unique way to personally express yourself creatively. And according to Google, the core concept is to use materials that would normally be thrown away and repurpose things like book pages, wrapping paper, envelopes. You know how much I love junk mail envelopes, and fabric scraps, and then found things. The way that you utilize those elements is entirely up to you. And you can do whatever you want and express yourself however you want creatively. It is a free form approach to documenting. So if you were a scrapbooker prior to becoming a junk journaler like I was, you can take a lot of those skills and a lot of those techniques and incorporate them into your junk journaling. I want to say maybe the first year or so, I had not developed a style yet. I really didn't know what I was doing. I went down that rabbit hole and I watched so many different creators working on their junk journals, and I dove deep into the subject, and I just started. The first few journals that I created were absolutely whack, and maybe in an upcoming video, I will find those, I will dig those out because I've got them stored away, and I'll show you how whack they are. I didn't know how to junk journal, but I practiced, and I tried so many different styles until I found what worked for me. If you are new to junk journaling, if you are here for the very first time and you want to learn more about junk journaling, my advice to you is try not to feel overwhelmed with all of the information that is out there about junk journaling, the best thing to do is just to start. And if you don't know where to start, I know you've been collecting things. Gather those things and just start adding them to whatever type of journal that you have created for yourself. And it may not work out. So then you move on to the next thing, and then the next thing, until you find your niche, until you find what is comfortable for you. And I know that you've probably seen so many other videos about amazing creators talking about what they think is junk journaling, and they're all correct. And that's, like I said earlier, there's no right or wrong way. And we all have our own interpretation and definition of what a junk journal is. But only you're going to know what junk journaling is for you. So just start and take in all of those ideas that you have seen, that you've read about, and add them to your own creations. Junk journaling encourages an unstructured approach to design and decoration. It's entirely up to you what you are drawn to, what your artistic skills are. Maybe you like mixed media. Maybe you like painting. Or maybe you like drawing, you like collage, you like working and creating embellishments. There are so many approaches to creating junk journaling, and you can incorporate all of those things into your very own junk journal. But you're not going to know until you begin. And maybe you've already begun. Maybe you've been junk journaling for a while now, and you started by applying all those different techniques into your own junk journal creations, and then you realized that you favored some things over other things. When I first started, I was like antiquing and giving everything that I created a vintage look. And shortly after, I realized that even though I admired that type of style, it wasn't for me. I didn't want to age everything that I was working on. And I quickly discovered that I love color. Lots and lots of color. And if you've been with me for a while, you've noticed that most of my junk journals are full of vibrant colors. I also discovered that I enjoy using a lot of my old scrapbooking supplies into my junk journals. I didn't have to go buy anything or search for anything because I already had a plethora of scrapbooking supplies. And because I wasn't scrapbooking as often anymore, I had to put those items to good use. The wonderful thing about junk journaling is you can use whatever supplies you have. Things like ticket stubs, postcards, stamps, also all of those other things that you have collected, what I mentioned earlier, old books and wrapping paper and junk mail envelopes. You can combine new things with old things, found things, and thrifted things. One of my favorite things to do is thrift for paper goods, especially old paper goods. I love finding notepads because I like using note paper in my junk journals. I'm always on the hunt for note papers, recipe cards, and old postcards that I can use not only in my own personal junk journals, but also the ones that I make for my Etsy shop. Junk journaling is somewhat similar to traditional journals, but with more flexibility. Because junk journals, just like traditional journals, you use it to capture your thoughts, your feelings, and your memories. But now with junk journaling, you're able to express yourself in a more creative way. Typically, a junk journal is a handmade book created by using recycled items, found materials, repurposing things. That would be the ideal junk journal. However, you decide what you want to use as a junk journal. You don't have to hand make one from scratch. You can always use For example, composition books, maybe a magazine. Maybe you have traditional journals that you would like to convert or transform into a junk journal. That part is entirely up to you. So many great options. Just keep this one thing in mind. The key to junk journaling is to repurpose and reuse items. Essentially, repurposing what would usually be considered junk into a creative journal format. Things that were perhaps destined for the trash bin, but they can be given a second life. Those are the best things to use in junk journaling, like corrugated cardboard, food packaging, ticket stubs, receipts, old paper scraps, and magazine clippings, maybe even some recipes. Your junk will be different from anybody else's junk, and that emphasizes your personal expression. Also, don't feel that you are limited to junk. There are some fantastic creators here on YouTube that will specifically create trash junk journals, which means that they are not using anything that was store-bought. They are repurposing junky things, I mean literal trash, and they are coming up with some amazing journals. That is a great option. But don't feel that you have to. You can use, and I think I mentioned this earlier, you can incorporate all of those things. You can take junky things, but also new things. Maybe you like using beautiful new scrapbooking papers that are juxtaposed with some old junky paper scraps, magazine pages, maybe even paper bag. You can combine all of those things, and it adds so much more interest and character to your own junk journals. You'll see, little by little, you will be able to develop your own style and the type of materials that you want to use. As I'm flipping through the pages of this junk journal, you will see all the different types of materials that I enjoy using. I have taken an old little golden book and I have repurposed it by adding scrapbooking papers into the signatures along with the storybook pages. This is an old little golden book that I purchased at a thrift store. It is from 1981. So I'm using an old item and giving it a new purpose, turning it into a junk journal. I'll also sprinkle in thrifted items, such as the note papers that I like to use, and even things that I pick up in vintage markets, like postcards, maybe some recipe cards. One of my favorite things to collect are indeed those recipe cards, and I find most of them in thrift stores. But I will also use new recipe cards. So I will take a little bit of junk, also old items, junky items, and then sprinkle in new items as well. The ribbons that I have used in this journal are a combination of thrifted, new, and gifted. One of my favorite things to also do is take corrugated cardboard and turn it into beautiful tags. I've also used corrugated cardboard to decorate the fronts of my junk journals, and then I embellish. I also have a lot of essentials like tools that I use to create embellishments. I love using dies and embossing folders to create new things. Rubber stamps are also another essential in my stash. I have a large collection of old red rubber stamps, but I also enjoy purchasing new stamps. It's my weakness, both rubber stamps and acrylic stamps. My other weakness are stickers. I have so many stickers, but I enjoy embellishing my journals, especially my personal junk journals. I love decorating my pages with stickers. Be unique and true to yourself. Only you know what you like. I love working with gold elements, My favorite color is turquoise, so I tend to use a lot of turquoise colors in my own personal junk journals. I love polka dots. I also love taking photographs. So I know what I like, and I'm able to incorporate all of those things into my junk journaling. So make a list, write all the things that you love, and then use them in your junk journals because you have to love what you create. The bottom line is that a junk journal is whatever you want it to be. Whether you used recycled materials or new materials, it will be unique to you. And at the end of the day, what's most important is that you are documenting your thoughts, your feelings, and your memories. And you can express that however you want. I sure hope that you found this information helpful, and whether you are a beginner or a seasoned junk journaler, I hope that this inspires you to continue or to begin to create. If you are here for the first time, I invite you to subscribe to my channel so that you can join me in my junk journaling journey. I have a very special announcement to make. So I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I found this 5th junk journal that I started to work on, but then set it aside and it got lost within my things. Anyway, now that I have found it and I have finished it, I am going to give it away to one of you. I enjoy doing giveaways, and since this one was left out of the 4 previous journals, I decided that one of you should have it. All you need to do is be a subscriber on my YouTube channel and leave a comment down below letting me know what your key takeaway was from this video. On January 31st, 2025, at noon Mountain Time, I will announce the winner on my community page and also mention the winner in the description area below. I'm going to tag you as well so that you receive the notification. The way I'm going to select the winner is by using the random comment app. I've done that before. So just remember, all you need to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and leave a comment down below on what your takeaway was from this video. I would also appreciate it if you would like this video and share this with your family and friends, and share with someone who you think would love to be entered into this giveaway. If you would like to learn more as to how I created this junk journal, in the description area, if you scroll down to the bottom, you will have access to all of the relevant videos. I will link all of those down below. If I missed something, or if you're curious about how I created something, just let me know in the comment section as well, and I will share that video with you. I still have several Christmas projects that I need to complete that I just didn't get to in the month of December. And I jokingly said that I'll probably end up working on Christmas projects the entire year. I may just do that. It is my favorite time of the year to create. And since I already have all of my materials out, I think I will just continue that for a little bit. I'm also still working on my own personal winter/Christmas/holiday journal, and so I am just kind of finishing up, and will soon be able to share with you what I used to call my December daily, but now it's like a winter journal because I begin to document right around late October through the first part of January. So it's like a winter it's a winter journal, and I'm just finishing that up, and hopefully I will have that for you soon. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I wish you a fantastic 2025. And again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my video. You guys are awesome, and I will see you next time. Bye!